So right now we have, as you saw in our teams to watch, a really stacked top 4, and we are getting ready to jump into this game right now.
That's right, folks. It is now time to start game number 1 of Online Tournament 3 for North America, the Grand Finals here. 5 games to determine who will walk away with the lion's share of the prizing, and also the most important things, going to be the bragging rights. Being the best team in Apex at the moment, TSM has held that title in North America and globally for a very long time. Will they be able to do it again? So that's it. ROG is out.
Wow.
They're done. Round 1.
We did not get to see exactly what might have happened for them, but my oh my, a pretty unlucky series of events. There's a bunch of reasons why we might have seen that engagement happen. I'll get into.
Be careful. The Flying Saucers. Saucerorrs.
Right here.
It just throws me off every time I look at it. Flying Saucerorrs, also because of Saucerorrs.
Absolutely.
Man, this has just been, it's just a slower paced game, Bravo, you know, because everyone landed like around this northern side, and everyone just kind of owned their territory really quickly.
It means all those survey camp teams that were hoping to not have to move for a very long time are going to have to all move and figure out which team is going to be able to make that last move or take a third-party opportunity to move through. This is going to be a very tricky next rotation for all the teams that are coming west east.
And Nathan Will, and now Sniper Abusers here are going to be taking some shots. A crack there with the ARC-Star. Perhaps it could be an opportunity for them to push, as the Thermite is going to get placed down. BCJ is going to have to back away, maybe can turn to his teammate Android Dreamer, who is one of the newer additions to the team. They played with G-Dolphin before, if I recall.
That's right.
And they had some success with G-Dolphin. I remember I actually interviewed Snipe Down for my podcast, and I talked to him about this roster, and he just felt so confident just playing with BCJ in general. Unfortunately there, BCJ not going to be confident himself because he does get knocked down, and that is unfortunate for him. They do need to bail out of this, and it is going to be no Cocoa Puffs in team as they push forward, forcing him out of position here on the epicenter. Cocoa Puff's going to be taking shots.
Trailers or trucks and try to make the move. We do start to see it right here on screen as some teams are starting to bubble and start to make the move out, but they are playing it so slow they don't want to have to make the wrong move out of survey camp. So a lot of these teams are actually still in their survey camp buildings.
Ooh, and one of my personal favorite names for teams, Boba Boys, are going to be tucked away inside of here. And yeah, you're right, Bravo. And if they just push outside, they're going to get shot right away. People know exactly where the Boba Boys are going to be, and sharing a cup of boba tea with these people outside ain't going to help them whatsoever. Because as soon as they walk outside, they're bound to get shot. I'm a little concerned. Got out, and because there were players that were actually looking right. Did they get out? Because they just threw a nade right over at him. I don't know if that was a preemptive one there. Player's going to be popping up behind him. Hollow, he goes down, but he is able to pop that bubble there. Chrono's going to be pushing in, and he's looking to just spread the virus here against all these other players, but he needs to be careful as he's just getting laced up, and that is going to be a clean wipe there. Oh, my word. And Land's going to be gone, too. The barrage comes through. All hell rains down, and that will be a wrap for all of those players that were getting out of survey. Perhaps we spoke too soon for the Boba Boys, because everything looked quiet. Everything was quiet. It was like, oh man, this is actually going to be a great rotation. And then that ARC-Star landed, and then after that, everyone was dead.
It was way too quiet. That was 5 squads going down. Like we said, teams that did have to make that western move, they found themselves getting shot from so many different angles. I believe in the kill feed I also saw Snipe Down going down, which should mean an exit for the Sniper Abusers. Certainly not the exit they would have hoped for in game 1, but we'll keep an eye on them for the rest of the in terms of being able to play this lower. It took a little while for teams to start to play that. It was right around really shortly after Poland that you saw teams play it a bit more, but these lower areas, as you also see TSM just holding, they're going to be really comfortable there, and that's going to give them a lot of different rotate opportunities out.
Yeah, what's fantastic about this position too is that if anyone tries to get a little cheeky and toss, the barrage onto them, they'll be okay. They'll be fine. They don't have to worry about it. If they throw Gibby Old on top, they got that natural cover that's going to be giving them all that kind of protection. The pressure and the situation though is when everyone's going to start to be moving in on them. Now we're going to have 10 squads remaining as more players are going to begin to drop like flies. Bravo.
Yeah, this is going to be a real thinning out of the crowds here. Flying Saucerorrs. Boom, a lot of ults are going to be going down. Not a lot of room to move whatsoever. Also looking at NRG as they're on the opposite side here, not too far from TSM. 8 squads still left.
Complexity is going to be right above TSM, by the way. So they see them, they know where they are, but they can't do anything about it because they have their Watson fences down.
But it could come when we go down to our final pin circle. We could see that definitely play a factor. Not necessarily going to win the game, but that one Gibby dome, I don't think we have another Gibby in play right now, is going to really shake up exactly how that plays out. Versus if there were no Gibbies left at all.
Yes, could be a big win here for Complexity, but I don't want to speak too soon. There comes Gibraltar, and by the way, what Reptar is doing here is just so clever. He's just playing inside of that drop box, just not, you know, the crate, just hanging out. I like that. That was a smart play, right? Just hope.
Making contact with enemy.
Yeah, and keep in mind that's a friendly barrage once again because they're the only Gibby team, so they're able to just play that, and you know, of course, that's going to be the spend on that. Maybe they get an ult excel as we're taking a look at exactly who's left. Once again, Yeet Squad does have a team and a player that goes down, but still 6 full squads left here. And curious, this is the time when I would love to hear TSM comms because with a minute 12 left, obviously they're watching their angles, but they're going to have a very specific plan of exactly how is going to TP here. But this is going to be an absolutely crazy end zone. I'm surprised Moore is able to peak that much just now. But essentially what you're going to have here is 5 TPs and 1 Gibby Dome coming down, and is going to be absolute carnage. You actually see someone zipping in for just a second on that zip, and it's a nice little crack here coming in from Reptar as well. But now taking a look at exactly how this is going to play out. Good angles from Reptar here as well. There's going to be that TP for Reptar. Dome does go down, and he's going to go down early. He's going to be the second Dome overall, though, so I stand corrected. It's going to be 2 total Gibby squads. Now, it's absolute carnage here. Several Zip, Trapeze Axe as well. As you see, NRG is one of the teams that's still in the fray as well. Nade's going down from Frex as well.
Complexity that have a player left standing, and that could very well be the end there. And yes, it is. Complexity takes it. Game number 1.
I want to get your thoughts out loud. Why do you think it is that nobody contests TSM? Aside from the obvious that they're great players, why do you think no one's tried that strategy? Do you think they have tried it? Why don't we just end up seeing that in tournaments to make their early game a little bit harder and stop that fast rotate that they're so good at?
So teams did try to, even in scrims, right? We talk about how scrims are important to try and dictate where you're going to land and claiming your space. And sniper abusers, when they were playing with G Dolphin, did that regularly during scrims, but that isn't the case anymore. Now they're able to, TSM change their drop. They're going over to Fragment East. They get free beacons. There's 2 opportunities for beacons, right? They have it on top of the Broken Cafeteria or the Broken Diner, and also over at No Name. And this game, they didn't get it, but we saw immediately Albalele taking the split and going over to No Name.
And very interesting as well as we cut to a fight with Snipe Down and Sniper Abusers. Good knock there, but BCJ, he's in trouble as well. Snipe Down's going to jump up. He's got to get some revenge there. He finds it. That's going to be the drop. So they will survive this Mirage.
Imagine those 2 teams. That's going to be TSM probably on the east side of Survey Camp and on the west side. But take a look. Liquid making their rotation, already getting into a fight.
And you got to give a lot of shout-outs to Liquid and all the things that they've fought through and done as a unit to keep competing at the highest level. Circle with 5 seconds left, and we check in with Gabe Isman and Zenio as well.
I think that was the squad that Liquid was just behind, but you mentioned it. Liquid has battled through a lot. I believe they got 7th in the last one, but oh, here comes a knock onto Supra.
And that is Problem City right there. Corona Virus just staying alive here. Just barely. Complexity, the team to watch, finding a couple downs with the scout. That means they're in a pretty decent position here to get some more points, and they do not need it. 29 at the top of the leaderboard after Game 1's win. And so it's just going to be Urice trying to find a little bit of safety, and this is one of the things Pathfinder's so good at on a team. And Jamerson, one of the things you give up, if you decide to take a Watson, Gibby, Wraith, or you try to opt away from the Pathfinder, you just don't have that player to get out and maybe come back as easily to grab banners if you get caught in a bad rotation.
Yeah, they weren't able to recover that banner, and they're right on top of a respawn either. But RCO's right behind them as they port on through, and so they have to keep on moving here. This is going to be a very difficult task for them playing as a duo at this point.
And Gabe Isman looking to find a couple headshot there as well. That's going to be the kill. It was almost overkill there, Jameson.
Hey, you gotta secure the KP. You have to secure the KP, especially with a team like Complexity gobbling up 29 points
towards these final circles, whether it's a late rotation here and that player you left alive in that squad of 3 comes back and gets some just some damage on you, not even a kill, and forces you into a bad spot in a fight you thought was a simple 1v1. So a lot of dynamics to pay attention to here as you see Fury and Aqualix as well looking to fight in this tunnel.
Yeah, this can be dangerous. They have to be careful. It looks like they might be planning their exit, but it's sniper abusers. They love to go aggressive on these fights, especially when you see an Evo shield that's white. That means one person sitting on 100.
That's what we're talking about, that easy stop. They're still going to have to keep moving, though, because of the ring, and Phony is, oh no, about to find out if he's real or not. He goes down. Fury is the only one alive to try and save this team. It doesn't look pretty, but 1 shot, 2 shots, and that'll do.
And it's going to be Liquid coming in to clean that up. They had a huge power position. We're poking away. They were able to read the kill feed and understand when they're able to go in for that third party. But Nocturnal taking a lot of damage there, Rain Day.
Yeah, that's a big deal as well. And Moss, he recognizes that things are getting a little testy towards the city. So he's going to try to rotate as soon as possible. The hammer points, that's the sound you do not want to hear as you're running away with both of your teammates dead. And he's using the extra speed from the Wraith portal to just try to remove that out. He's got the Into the Void. He will make it, but they're just going to take the portal as well. He better have a trick up his sleeve to get out of this one.
And Liquid did a good job of clearing her out this high ground. They had been controlling it the entire time, but no, Flanker doesn't take the port, and he goes down.
And Jamerson, I don't think they were counting on that rotation in the back, running the hammer point and the Prowler. That's an easy kill. They get the one they were looking for, and I guess you have to all-in commit, but they lose their Watson in the middle of that. Was it the right call? I mean, that's a risky play. You lose your defensive utility towards the end of the game, which you've built most of this rotation for.
Yeah, RCO Red really taking advantage of that now. As we can see here, another rotation coming out into the middle of Refinery now, into the main building.
And this is where I could say caught between a ROG, a team that has done so well lately and so many different things and individual efforts as well. Husker's been all over the place, winning tournaments left and right. I had a chance to play with him, and right now Complexity just trying to stay alive here, taking a lot of damage, takes the portal as well. He's going to try to buy time to get the heal off, and ROG, they're on the tails of Complexity. That's Mirko. Casper finds him. There's another team involved, and this just means more goodness for ROG, but they get pinged as well. Big couple of shots. That might be Casper warding them off, so they don't try to push into us as well since we have zone, but ROG is in trouble. The Watson ult is going to save him for now, Jamerson.
They have a nice pocket to work with here. They can just go ahead and heal up, but that was a great call coming out from ROG. They hear right above them a port going off, and instantly they know they're at least getting into a 2v3, but Huskers goes down on the rotate.
And that's the Kraber as well. That's what was doing so much damage. Oh my goodness. Instant down, and Huskers gets finished by Teen, and RCO, he's going to find Hollow. And 14 squads left as things get a little bit more precarious here in game number 2. And the minute and 25 seconds on the clock signals when this gets even more precarious, as 14 squads are still left, and I just can't see them all fitting in that tiny little circle without a couple of them going down, James.
Basically, it's the same circle as we had in game number 1. It's going to be falling on over here at Refinery, basically on top of those tankers once again. But taking a look at Teen right now, got a strong position. He's trying to ward off the people to the north.
Yeah, some of the highest ALGS point totals on this squad right here. 460 for Rocker and 630 for Teen. And these guys obviously doing a fantastic job of being one of our teams to watch, and somebody that has gotten high praise from across the community of players. And so we're going to see them rotate here. Casper picks off another one with the Scout. God, that thing is doing so much damage this game. But so is the PK, but Teen, he goes down.
Yeah, Misha's going to be able to hit that with him as Krusty's trying to play around the bubble, but no, the wave is too strong coming out. The Flying Saucerorrs is flying right in front of them, and that's going to be the full knock on to Team Squidward as they go down.
If you were a skeptic, you now believe in Flying Saucerorrs. That's for sure. And Saucerorrs just getting the Phoenix kick. Can he get it off is the question. It's not rocking the gold, I believe, and so he's just going to take his full amount of time there, and luckily they can pop the revive up without any getting pressure. ROG drop does take Teen, so ROG still alive in play, even though Huskers is down and out for the count. Getting some sweet revenge on Teen, who finished them. 12 squads left as well, and now 20 seconds as the rotation gets even more intense. And Saucerorrs, they're just going to play this rock for now.
Yeah, but the problem is that they don't really have a rotation quite yet. They have to get onto the other side of this rock, and there are so many teams around as RCO's Frankie goes down next. It's TSM in the exact same spot as they were in game number 1.
And if that's the case, they're sharing something very closely with Complexity, you can imagine, or at least NRG. Look at this skirmish. Oh my god, bullets raining down from on high. TSM are in a beautiful position here to take advantage of it. They don't have shielding, only rocking with blues, tier 2s, but it's enough with the charge rifle as well. And Hal going in to try to finish things off with the PK, and they're going to get a couple of eliminations there as 7 squads remain now with 1:10 before this circle moves again.
That is just a shooting gallery for every team on different levels. It's almost kind of like a golf shooting range here,
right?
Driving range, where they're just getting free shots off. We know that Liquid's playing all the way on the ultimate high ground. NRG, once again, on the ultimate low ground here. I don't know who's on the third, but good damage coming across right now as Moore is able to get the finish onto Logically. Now we're down to 6 teams here.
And still, I believe that the Kraber is in play. We keep seeing Nocturnal use it, and he found another drop kill there onto Dropped as well. And look at that, it's Moore. He's in trouble, and they didn't realize TSM was just peeking, waiting for that to happen. I'm not sure how they didn't understand TSM was above them, or maybe he just wanted to risk it for an armor swap, didn't feel he could make it, or was running out of cells. We don't know why, but we know he's down. 5 squads remaining, 2 squads for Hal. And the main entry fragger for the TSM boys, he's just going to search this up, see if he can find, I'm sure, any extra ordinances. If he doesn't have any, maybe any extra shield bats.
Let's go this way.
And of course, they're now leveled up to level 3s.
I think what happened there for Moore was that he was trying to change off from the triple take, which was what he was using. Try to find any other weapon there, because in this circle, as we get to the later rings, you do not want to have a long-range weapon. You want to have a Peacekeeper. You want to have even an EVA 8 or an R99. Try to go for the swap, but he got punished for it. He should have known better, but now it's Liquid set up here on the high ground. They've got the zip line ready to go for this final circle.
And they can stay up here. They're just going to bunny hop. You could do this if you haven't seen it in Apex Legends. You're seeing it now. These guys are going to stay up here until somebody tells them the ride is closed. And so far, it looks like it's Saucerorr. He breaks the gold shield. Now he's got to fall if he wants to heal that up. This could be bad. They made a play, Jamerson. I don't know if it's going to work out. The drop and then the kill onto the zipliners.
Is this it? I think this is it. They've got the knockout to everyone. There's just gold knockdown shields for everybody here, right?
Are you serious? Are you serious? After all...